Alrighty, Sharp Customs. It's a Monday night here in Southern Ontario. It's actually it's early for us to be shooting a video, believe it or not. Just had to get enough pops in us to coerce ourselves to do it now. No. I was gonna do a video. I wanted to do a video. I want to do videos every other day, almost every day, but I have a hard time coming up with what to do for people. I do the quarter scale stuff. We work on the cars. Obviously, we do fiberglass stuff. I haven't done a lot of airbrushing, and I know that my airbrush fans, I've probably lost a few subscribers due to the fact that it's not that I don't like airbrushing. I love airbrushing. It's just other things get in the way. I love to pick the airbrush up. I picked the airbrush up just to piss around the other day, just to kind of get the finger action happening, and I didn't even clean the door off. I just loaded up some black and started airbrushing away. But tonight, what we got, so while I was doing that, this airbrush right here is my favorite airbrush lately. This is my Spirit Air. China made. I said it. Who you gonna blame? You know who to blame. It's doing some weird stuff. It's bubbling back in the cup. Pretty sure I kind of figured out why. And I'll fix that problem. We're not going to use this one tonight. I've got this one. I've got a Yarboy. Got a Yarboy. This is what? Yeah, Yarboily. I don't know. They call them all kinds of stuff. This one's pretty. They are all very similar. They are not like. That one in here, this one here. This is an Iada HP SB. It's an expensive airbrush. This was a workhorse in the day. Would I want another one? A little side cup feeder? Hell yeah, I would love another one. This was a great airbrush. This thing made me lots of money. Trust me, this airbrush made me lots of money. For about 15 years. I probably paid for this airbrush I don't know how many times over, buying tips and needles and caps and nozzles and all that. I don't even use it anymore because I stumbled upon these other ones that are so cheap. They work. It's almost like you could, if you were doing a paid job, like let's say I was doing a set of Harley tins, 4 pieces, 2 fenders, double tanks, if I was doing a job like that, for a $20 airbrush, it's like I could buy a brand new one because these things work great when they're brand new. So, that being said, I just got some brand new, obviously off Amazon. They're called Timbertech. I thought I would try them, and basically it was a double kit. So I got this one, and I got that one. So this one's like a side cup feeder, like the Iada I just showed you. You could siphon feed out of the bottle, or you can put your gravity feed cup on it. And I figured tonight, I have not used these. I just put a hose on this one, with the nipple to plug into the air. And I figured, I just got these yesterday. There's not been a drop of paint in them. And I figured, you know what, I'll just grab some. This is just a kind of a plasticky whiteboard stuff. And I thought, you know what, instead of doing an actual like how-to you know, simplified beginner's airbrush, I thought I would do a video on, you know, these cheap airbrushes. You know, these two airbrushes in the pack. So these, both of them, they came as a kit together. $54. $54 Canadian, and you get all these. You get these little eyedropper. I guess you suck your paint up to put it in your. Yeah. That's what I think about those. Cool factor with the airbrushes is you do get, so I believe inside here there is a 02, so that'd be millimeter. So there's an 02 needle and tip and cap. They give you, oh, that's an 03. Oh, they give you another 02. Yeah, it's millimeter. And so they give you 02, 03, and they give you a little heavier one, an 05 millimeter, and they give you all the needles. All the needles. They give you the needles, the tips, the caps. Like, this stuff is, if you saw this stuff, it's hard to explain, but if you saw this stuff is like precisionally machined, you know. Here, I'm sorry, I gotta take one of these out, man. I gotta show people. I gotta show people how small this stuff is. So there's the spray cap. There's the tip. Look at that thing. That's threaded. Look how precision. You know, that is so precision. Now, I have not taken one of these new ones. What I normally do is I'll take one of these new ones and I will actually put it, I have a microscope in the house. Yeah, I got a microscope. I like to look at weird shit underneath the microscope. Why not? But I'll put it under the microscope and I'll actually look at the very tip where the needle comes out to see how refined it is. And I'm telling you, these things, when they're brand new like this, they are pretty refined, man. Like, for something that the naked eye, you know, can't even see. You know, I used to, that Iada that I showed you, I used to spend $49 for one of those. One of those tips. But, you know, the world has come a long way. That's all I can say. The world has come a long way, you know, since I started with my Iada. I say I'm going to plug this airbrush in. So I'm going to show you a little difference between the airbrushes. Very hard to find. So this one here, so, you know, I got some big digits. I got some big digits. So this one, the cup and the trigger, okay, I can get my finger right there. That's my comfort zone. My comfort zone, it's not the tip of my finger. My comfort zone when I'm airbrushing is always being right there, right in the crease. Okay, that's always been my comfort zone. You know, I've calloused that up in there. Not the tip. Not the tip. So it's pretty hard to find one like this one. I look at you, as you can see, I can't, you know, this is in my way. This is in my way. So I can only use the tip of my finger. I can't get in there with that part of my finger. And that's a little bit of an issue. Now, you know, I can spray with the tip of my finger. And we're going to do it. We're going to do it right now, man. I'm going to load this up. I'm going to plug it in. We're going to load it up with paint. Because I want to give a... Basically, I want to show how these, you know, what $54 get you. that was the whole idea. I was like, oh man, I got to do an airbrush video, you know, but I don't know. I mean, I always have a lot of ideas. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe I have too many. But I thought, you know, I just got these new airbrushes, and I thought, you know what, hey, why not do a video? We're just gonna spray black tonight. We're gonna go over it. You're gonna get to see it firsthand, because, like I say, I have not put a drop. As you can see, I have not put a drop. I have not put a drop of paint in these. Now I don't know what my mixture is here. It should be okay. And I pulled out a random stencil. Obviously, a skull. Why not? Everybody loves skulls. Put the lid on. Oh, by the way, this is going to be just a short video. Trust me. It's going to be a short video. Which really sucks, because that means I have to move my ass. Okay, everything, yeah, pretty fine. Pretty fine. Got some pretty fine lines. I'm just gonna go for it. I took the safety cap. That's the safety cap. You can leave that on there so you don't, as you can see, the needle is now sticking out. That's what the safety cap is for. I took the safety cap off because, you know, I'm an airbrush artist. I don't, you know, I try not to crash the needle on the board. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's spray some paint. I'm just going to go around the eyes. I'm not going to get into heavy duty detail. Here's going to keep the stencil pushed down. We're going to black these in. This is just like a plastic core board. It's going to leave some weird marks, but it'll be okay for our little tutorial on the airbrushes. I do have the exhaust fan running. I got it blocked with like a piece of old towel. Can I smell the paint? Well, hell yeah, you know I can smell the paint. It's automotive paint. That's all I ever use. I don't use acrylics or anything like that because I just use what I have at my disposal, I guess you could say. And this is all about the airbrushes. This really isn't about the backing board. It isn't about the exhaust fan. This is about the paint, or it's about the airbrushing. I'm just going to use this. I got this little flame stencil here, and I'm just going to use it doing the teeth. Just to separate them. Sometimes I would just do this. I would just do it freehand. But a piece of paper works great, as you can see. And I'm standing. Normally when I'm airbrushing, I'm sitting. I'm a little more relaxed. So we've got the teeth. Now see, I am finding the button on this airbrush. It's not that it's giving me issues. It's not that it's giving me issues. I'm just finding it's not comfortable. Let's just say that. Yeah, it's just weird noises coming off of the paper. Oh, we got a little blowout there. We can fill it in. Not a problem. Let's see if we can get this a little refined. We're doing some small stuff here. Okay, let's get this, oh, I'm going to go around the nose. I'm going to do just a, not bad, man. Not bad, you know. I can get it down. I can get it down pretty, pretty fine. I mean, I know that doesn't look like, it doesn't look like anything. I'm just gonna go around this. We can actually get rid of this. Yeah, it doesn't look like much. You know, there's obviously there is lots of refinement to see the camera girl. So like the camera girl, she's got her shirt over her face. I'm going to not get much buildup on the needle. That's kind of nice. That's kind of nice. So basically we have to take this from that to, you know, kind of looking okay. Like I say, this button is the button messes with me. That's all I'm gonna say. The button messes with me a little bit because my finger is not really in its comfort zone. But I can deal with it. As far as the refinement of the way the airbrush works, it's not bad. I like it. I like it. I can get some pretty fine detail. Watch this thing come to life, or come to life. I wish I was sitting. This is hard on the back, but you know what? I'm just gonna keep going. Cause hey, that's what you do. It's a skull. I can do all kinds of crazy stuff with it. gotta get down on a knee. Yeah, that's the only thing with the plastic. I can see that my, that's not bad. It's nice, it's staying smooth. It's staying smooth when I do those little lines like that. Yeah, I rub my finger over the, I rub my finger over those teeth. We can fix those up. And we're on plastic here. Plastic is, plastic is, what can I say? It's, you know, this thing as far as pointing, you know, obviously that's practice. That's practice. Let's see how I got the scratchies here. That's from me rubbing my fingers over it, you know, working up top. But you can just cover that up. See that? Look at that. You can cover it up. I'm just blowing up from the each one of the teeth. Just gives that, kind of gives that the gum line look. Doesn't have to be, you know, too precise. The more you darken in, the more you create the, you know, kind of the shadows. You know, this airbrush is not, it's not bad. Like I say, you know, the trigger, the button, yeah, it's playing with me a bit. Because it's tight, it's really tight, it's tight. My finger's not, I can feel it, I can feel the muscles in here because of the way I have my finger. Now, somebody with smaller fingers, you know what? Great airbrush, you know, for what you spend. Like $54 for a double pack. Come on, you can't beat that. You know, this thing is working freaking. This thing's working freaking awesome. That's all I gotta say. It's all about the shading. I'm gonna come back into the eyes. I did the eyes just a little darker than I would have liked to. I like to come back in and I like to put these darker highlights in there. And these little man, there's so much you can do. There's so much you can do. You can make these look crazy. There you go, that's not bad. That's not bad. That took me a little longer than I figured. I think it's a pretty cool looking skull. I mean, I could work that and work that and work that, you know. I'm not even using a reference picture. I literally, you know, you've seen it. You've seen the beginning of it. It was like, what is that? You know, you got some eyeballs, you got the outer shape. Not sure what our time frame is. I would love to grab the other airbrush, load it up, the side feeder, but I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna piss around with this one just a little bit more, and I think we'll do a part 2 on the other airbrush. How about that? That's what I think. That's what I think we'll do. This airbrush, I'm gonna say this airbrush, you know, side of my big fat finger not fitting on the trigger. I get used to it. It's, you know, I don't airbrush every day. I airbrushed a few days ago, you know, like I say, playing around with this. I don't airbrush every day. I would love to airbrush every day, but I got way too many other things on the go, you know. What else could we do with this? Let's I'm gonna throw some flames around it. How about that? But we are definitely, this Timbertech airbrush kit, the 2 airbrushes, we're definitely gonna do a part 2, because this one works very nice, man. Like, you can see the fine lines I can get out of it. I mean, come on, look at this. Look at this. That's nice. That's nice. That's and I haven't had to really clean the tip that much. I didn't even set the needle, you know that? I mean, I kind of think I could get it even finer by setting the needle. I didn't even make sure that the needle was all the way in the tip. Gonna make sure this is out. Yeah, there we go. A little spotty. That could be my mix. That could be my mix, but those are some nice fine lines. Those are some nice fine lines. I'm gonna grab a template. We're just gonna play just for a few more minutes. Why not? It's Sharp Customs, man. We can do what we want. That's what we do. Yeah, I know, it's always random. It's always random. I love black on white. Black on white looks so cool. You can do these little double ups. Fuck, you can do sorry. You can do these triple ups. And then we take, and then, you know, that doesn't look like much. I know that. It does not. It never looks like much. It never looks like much. Let's use a smaller one. Double up. Look at this. I can keep going. It gives me a funky looking little thing, but watch this. Watch when I do the connections. Watch when I do the connections. I don't even know where I'm going with the connections. I never know where I'm going with the connections. It's fire. It goes everywhere. How about that? need one. Right here. Oh, I messed that up. We'll fix it up. It's fire. It's random. I like it. I like it. Should be a name for that, eh? When you kind of cascade one. I don't know if that's the right word, but you know, when you kind of cascade it like that, and you kind of grab it and you kind of hide it. You know, those are the ones where I like to. You know, sometimes you just find these ones and they kind of go through. They kind of go through one and another. That's the way I see it. We'll see if we can find one. How about that? One that goes through the other. See, we could do kind of messed that up a bit, but no, ain't gonna do it. Ain't gonna do it. There's one. So we can take this one. We can take this one. That's not really gonna do it either. That's alright. Just like that one join that one. But then you gotta darken it up. I just find it cool what you can do with you know, just a simple piece of paper. You know, now I can start shading this in. Carry things around. And this is just black on white, man. This is nothing, you know. It's nothing special. Not in my books. It's nothing special. It's all about the shading, you know, carrying things over, darkening. It's all, you know, generally when I do this, it's all random. There's no mat. There's no direction. I just kind of go for it, really. Obviously, having some experience, you know, obviously helps. You know, I've been doing this for, you know, 20 plus years. So, you know, never thought of myself as a professional airbrush artist, but you know what? A lot of people like my shit. And I did it for a long time, you know. Now I don't do it so much. So there you go. There's the, look at it. It's a Timbertech. It doesn't even have a name on the airbrush. What do I think of it? You know, aside of the button being a little close to the cup, picture is 1,000 words. That's what I'm gonna say. Nice airbrush. Nice airbrush. That's what I can definitely say. Very nice airbrush. Camera girl is going to love it because her fingers are a little smaller. I'll probably... Oh yeah, see? See? Perfect. 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 I'll probably use it too. You know, I'll get used to it. I mean, I use the other one. I use the Yarboil. Yard oil. I use it. Same thing. Trigger's very close. But I use it. I use them all. You know, whatever ones are working good. Sometimes I have 3 on the go, especially if I got a few. If I'm doing, you know, black and white, you know, and putting in some colors. It is nice to have, you know, a couple airbrushes kind of stuck in the holders. Stuck in the holders. I need more holders. Should have my holders up here. Actually, I do. What am I talking about? There we go. So there you have it. I know it's quick. It's simple. I think it looks pretty cool. I think it actually looks. Well, that was pretty cool too. That was pretty cool. Just this other stuff got a little muddy, putting the color in it. Probably if I clear coated it, and I didn't even look at. Look, I didn't even clean the door. I just started airbrushing. I just want to kind of. That's what I do. I just pick up the airbrush, I load up some paint, and I start spraying something. But there you have it. We're gonna definitely do a part 2 so that we can, you know, so that we can show this one. And the nice thing with this one, cool thing with this one, so I probably will not be using the siphon feed. I would only use the siphon feed if I was, you know, spraying a bunch of color or stuff. But look at this bowl. I mean, like I said, man, my Japanese Iada in there. You know, I used that thing for over 15 years, man. That thing was a workhorse. It was exactly, pretty much the same configuration as this. The bowl off to the side, which is kind of nice because it doesn't get in the way of your tip. And obviously, it's not going to get in the way of the trigger. Look at that. This one. You're going to see me do some fancy schmancy airbrushing with this one because, you know, nice thing is if you're doing this, that's great. If you're working, you know, on a table airbrushing, you can take this, you can pull this back. You can pull that back like that so that it's not leaking onto your, you know, your project that you're painting. That's the cool thing about the side cut feeder, you know. I haven't tested this one, but you're all going to get to see me test it. And I'm sure it's probably going to work out just fine. I hope. We're going to, trust me, we're going to test it. We're going to paint here, we're going to paint there. We're going to make sure that this thing, if this thing drips all over, you know, something working on the table, then, you know, I wouldn't throw it out the door. I'd do some modifications, obviously, to it to make it work good. But so there you go, man. Sharp Customs. That's our video for tonight. I wanted to do both, but you know what? We'll do a part 2 to the Timbertech airbrushes so that you can all get to see it. And I hope you like that little tutorial on these airbrushes. Nothing you haven't seen before, man. Skulls, flames. You know, I did it for 10 years, man. Skulls and flames. That's all I did. Skulls and flames. Skulls and flames. Yeah, a little bit of stuff in between, but there you have it, man. Share, like, subscribe, man. Please comment. Please comment, man. I answer all my comments. Love you all. Peace. I'm out.